Good afternoon. My name is Tony Martinez. I'm from Transwest Truck Trailer RV here in Fountain, Colorado. Fountain's about 5 miles south of Colorado Springs. Today I'm going to show you the 2023 Navion 24D. The D is the most popular model out of all of the other floor plans. We'll go over everything together and I'll point out some of the options that this one has and some of the options that are available. So as we start off here, this is once again the 24D. This particular one has the full body paint. The paint is what they call mineral. So you have the full body paint. The Navion is the flagship of all the Class C coaches. Everybody tries to copy it. Everybody does a certain version of it, but some of the things Winnebago does is a lot different than the others. So just to give you an example, if you're looking at some of the other Class Cs, you may see steel wheels with some wheel covers. You know, Winnebago actually uses aluminum wheels, so the aluminum kind of dissipates the heat a little bit better, keeps the wheel cooler. So it's kind of a safety thing, but it also looks good. As we go back, let me shut this door here. As we go back, you have the fixed running boards. They do have tethers in the running board, so if it needs to be cabling a bike or leashing a pet or anything like that, that's what these little hooks are for. Once again, they are fixed. They don't retract, go in and out or anything like that. As we go back, I'll open the door again. You do have electric steps. There is 2 steps. Once we go in, we'll discuss everything else. This particular coach does have the optional dual pane windows. When we go inside, we'll go over some of the things that I like about the dual pane windows, and then we'll go over some things that some folks don't like about the dual pane windows. So once again, full body paint. You do have some storage. Down below, you have your 2000 watt inverter. You do have some plug-ins and some cable connections here with a little door to feed your wiring through, so you don't have to keep this door open as you're using it. And if you look, it's kind of hard to see maybe on camera, but there is somewhat of a pass-through there. So carrying some lawn chairs or a table or anything like that, you can just kind of slide it up underneath there. Once again, the alloy wheels on this particular chassis. This does have the dualies here. This right here is the standard generator. This is the Onan quiet gas 3600 LP. So this does run off of your propane tank. Also to the right of it, you'll see that you have your propane quick connect. So if you bring a barbecue grill or anything that's a fire pit or anything, you could just plug it in there and then it'll use the tank that's attached to the coach as your source for whatever you need it for. This does have the Truma AguaGo system. It's basically an on-demand hot water system, so you don't have your traditional 6-gallon or 10-gallon tank. You have basically on-demand hot water. We do have some storage here and here. This storage is a bigger storage compartment, and you can access from the inside, because if you see the little hole there, you can kind of just stick your finger in there and pull that up. So if it comes to storing larger items or taller items, you can definitely store them in there. And then down below, you do have a smaller storage. This is plastic, so it's real easy to clean and keep everything safe from any kind of road debris or grime or anything like that. As you can see here, you do have basically a full-length awning. It does have LEDs in it. As of 2020, with the new chassis, the awning is integrated into the side of the coach rather than on the sides of the coach with the arms. So this is basically an armless type of setup to where you don't have to worry about hitting yourself on any kind of arms out there. This does have a wind sensor, so if it does sense a certain amount of vibration due to any kind of a wind, it will retract that awning in. So once again, if you think it's going to be windy or anything, don't even mess putting it out, because it doesn't pull it in as fast as it may be if the wind gets really bad. As we walk around the back, you do have your integrated ladder, so if any kind of maintenance for the solar, because you have 200 watts of solar up there, if you needed to reseal anything, recaulk anything, or just any kind of visual inspection to start your season, you can use that ladder to climb up there and access the roof. You do have your backup camera, so when it comes to loading a trailer or hooking up your car, you can take a look at it. I've had several folks ask about the camera because Winnebago, the way they do their camera system, after about 10 miles an hour, you can't see what you're towing anymore. They view it as a safety issue. As you're driving slow, it'll work, but once you go about 10 miles an hour, you can't see anything that you're towing. And if you are towing, you do have a 5,000 pound hitch. You do have 500 pounds worth of tongue weight, so if it comes to towing a little Wrangler or a little Subaru, things of that nature, this will tow up to 5,000 pounds. And you do have your 7-pin connector there for any kind of lights or braking system, so on and so forth. You have your back window for the bathroom. When we go inside, we'll go over how that is. As we go over to the other side here, this is your wet bay. So you have all of your systems for hooking up your city water fill, your tank drains. You do have a shower out there. Your power cord is to the right. This is a 30 amp coach because you only have one air conditioner on it. So the little door down below opens up so you can drop that cord through there, so you don't have to have this door open. The same with the water. There is a slider door there to where you can put the water hose through there, so you can keep this door closed. And then that right there is your dump drain there, so that's where you'd want to hook up your sewer hose. This does have a black tank flush system, so right before you break camp or anything like that, or if you're going to store it for the season, hook up a water hose up there, and it's basically little jets inside of that tank that kind of break up all the crud and the solid matter and solid waste and everything. So when you're storing it or you're breaking camp and you're traveling, you have a really clean tank and don't have to worry about any odors coming up through the coach eventually. If we stand back a little bit, we can see the D has basically a full wall slide. When we go inside, you'll see what a big difference that full wall slide makes as far as the room in there. So this is the only model that has the full wall slide. The Navion does come in two other models, the J and the V, and those slides are about that big. So the D does have the biggest slide. If you look here, you do have your water fill. It is lockable, so you can protect your water that's going into the coach so nobody can tamper with it or anything like that. We go down below. You do have some storage. And if you look real closely, you can see, I should have left the door open on the other side, but you can kind of see better on this side that there is a little bit of a pass through there. So once again, lawn chairs, picnic table, things of that nature you can put in there. This right here is your propane tank and your hydraulic system for the leveling jacks and everything. So this is where the source of all your propane is for the coach, and this also connects to that quick connect that we talked about on the other side. Let's go to the driver's door. Once again, you do have your fixed running boards with the little tethers on the sides. Pets, bikes, anything you can lock up there. You do have 16-inch wheels, all aluminum wheels all the way around. We go to the front here. This right here is powered by the 3-liter Mercedes 6-cylinder diesel, 188 horsepower, 7-speed transmission. So once again, Mercedes is a master at doing everything to where all of your fluid levels, to check anything, to fill anything, you're not reaching over any hot engine parts if you're out on the road. So that makes it nice to where sometimes your other manufacturers, you may have to lean over something hot in order to get to it. So Mercedes was perfect about just doing everything on the perimeter of the coach. In the unlikely event that you have to jump start this thing, you do have your positive jump position there, and then your negative is just right there, the little gold stud sticking out of the fender well there. Anything from about 2011-12 time frame forward, and a diesel does require DEF. The one thing that I would highly recommend with the DEF system is when you fill it, use a funnel. I can't count how many times where you see this and then you have all that gunk and everything, because it will crystallize and it makes things difficult and dirty for the next time you use it. So when it comes to filling your DEF, use a funnel. It makes everything a lot nicer, a lot cleaner for the next time that you need it. This is the new front end as of 2020, when Mercedes changed their chassis. This is what it looks like, the more streamlined headlights versus the big blocky ones. It's just a more aerodynamic, more visually appealing type of look to the coach. So what we'll do now is we can go inside and take a look on the inside, but before we do, we'll just go over as of 2020. This door is new. It's more like an aircraft style door. So you do have your window. This is like a plexiglass. You do have some privacy here, storage here and here. And then also, instead of the screen door, you have a sliding pulling screen here. Underneath the step there, you do have your batteries for your house. And then if you look around the corner here, you have your house and chassis disconnects, your awning controls, and your lighting controls, as well as your step controls. So that's something that changed. And then if we go up in here, as we go in, this is something, this too is an option. This is your leveling system. So this is a nice system that is an option through Winnebago. If you choose not to get this system, you'll have stabilizer jacks. The difference between the leveling jacks and the stabilizer jacks, the stabilizers are basically two little stab jacks that go down that basically stabilize the coach. So when you're in here, you don't get the back and forth movement. The hydraulic jacks are actually strong enough to take a wheel off the ground if you're in camping in an uneven area. So that does have the ability to lift the unit off the ground if need be. And we're just going to kind of go around this way, and then we'll end up in the driver's section. So this right here, what you're looking at, is what makes the D so popular. You have the most floor space, you have the most counter space, and you have the biggest bathroom. So as we go through here, this here is also an option. So you have the white cabinets if you want, or you can have basically the doors where all your cabinets will basically be this material, but your counters will still remain white. Quite a bit of storage up in here. It is carpeted, so that'll kind of prevent stuff from shifting and moving around. So you have that. A double stainless steel sink. Your faucet does have the retractable nozzle there. And this is where I wanted to show you here. So this is what I do like about the dual pane windows. The dual pane windows, you do have the ability to open this thing completely. And if you open it and you're venting completely, you can just pull your screens down and you can vent throughout the whole coach. Or if you need to hand somebody a soda or a beer, or just pass food along as you're cooking up here, you do have the ability. The only thing about the dual pane that is a bad thing is you have to be careful how you wash them, because if you wash them with a dirty chamois or a dirty towel or anything, you may scratch them and then you're gonna regret everything. So anytime you wash these, just be careful with the cleaners that you use and the towel that you use to make sure that that stays transparent and clean. When you're not using it and you need privacy, you just pull it up. So privacy from the bottom, screens from the top. So once again, huge inside of here. Winnebago utilize every space imaginable in this for a 25-foot coach. If you look underneath, huge under sink storage. You do have your cold water filter there. Some of your plumbing, so things are easy to get to if you're kind of a do-it-yourselfer and you need something done. Once again, I like everything on Winnebago because it all has these stickers that are part numbers there. So in the event that you break this or you need a new one or anything, all you have to do is give them this number and they know exactly where it goes, the color that it is, and what it belonged to. So that's one thing that makes Winnebago unique over everybody else. You do have your convection / microwave down below. You do have all your drawers are lighted and they're self-closing. Here's the covers for the sink with the cutting board on the bottom side of it. So all of your cabinets and drawers lighted and self-closing or soft closing. So right here, the Insignia TV. This right here is the entertainment system from Winnebago. So this is an option here. So just keep that in mind. You do have some storage back behind. You have your Blu-ray player. You have your paper towel rack. You do have a couple USB ports. If you wanted to add a satellite or anything like that, you do have access to the roof with that port there. I don't know if you can see that in there. So they already have everything already set up if you wanted to add some additional systems such as a satellite. Another storage compartment. Once again, everything's carpeted. So right here you do have your heated tank switch, your Xantrex inverter controller there. So that's all in that compartment. You look at your stove here, you do have induction here, and you do have flame cooking here with propane. So induction, you do need special pots and pans. They do have to be magnetic. A lot of folks love it. A lot of our bigger coaches are coming with the induction because you don't have an open flame in the coach, to not only for safety reasons, but to heat up the coach. So this will boil water very quickly. Once you take your pan off, this top just stays warm. It's not going to burn you or anything. This just works like a traditional gas burner. If you look here, you do have your accent lights. So up above the cabinets, courtesy lights down on the floor. And then all your kitchen lights right there. Your refrigerator and freezer, 12-volt refrigerator, compressor driven. I like this a lot better than the traditional RV refrigerator because if you can see, it is pretty deep. You don't have those fins to contend with and everything else, so there's quite a bit of room for this size of a coach. There's a lot of room for food, so It's going to make your camping experience much more enjoyable because you don't have to go to the grocery stores often because you can carry so much food. Up above, we have your slide controls. Winnebago has it on your slide controls. You have to have the emergency brake on and the engine running in order to operate the slide. If one of those two things aren't happening, that slide isn't opening. To the right of that, you have a control panel here. So you have your water pump, whether it's on, you have your tank levels, your battery levels, and the controls to start your generator out there. So you don't have to start it outside. You can start it in here as you're going. To the right of that, you have your charge controller. So this tells you exactly what your solar is doing at the time, at any moment in time. So you can kind of check the status of your solar system. Down here, we do have a huge pantry. This is another reason why the D is so popular, because you have so much room in your pantry. All these drawers, you can slide them out. Plenty of storage down below. I'll get out of your way here and you can kind of see. But that is a huge amount of storage. Huge amount. And then down below there's an access panel to get to your hot water heater. So if you need to winterize it or check anything there. This is your circuit breakers here for the entire coach. So something isn't powering up, this would probably be the first place that you'd want to check. Go to the bathroom last, but as we're in the living room, so here once again, full wall slide. So your slide goes from here to basically the back of the driver's seat. So this opens up a huge amount of room in here. So if you like socializing and everything else, there's plenty of room for everybody because you can sit two there, and then two when your driver and passenger seat are turned around. This too is an optional feature. This is the theater seating. You can get the booth dinette as well. So that too is another option through Winnebago. I kind of like this because you can control where you want to sit for dining or anything like that. You can move it up or down, side to side. And then when it stores, it very handily stores inside of basically the armrest there. So it's completely out of your way when you're not using it. You do have a couple cup holders. You do have a big area for storage in there. These do recline. Once again, your dual pane windows, those open up completely. So to get cross breeze ventilation between these two areas is amazing how much air you can get passing through here. And then you close the sliding screen door. You have plenty of storage up above. All carpeted. This is your privacy curtain for your bedroom area. Hangs on these hooks here to give you privacy when that is down in the bed position. All that storage, all that seating. You do have seat belts in the theater seating. You do have some storage underneath the sofa. Those black bags there are your window shades for privacy up for the cab. The couch is comfortable, so even if you need to take a quick nap or anything and you have no way to put your slide out, that's more than comfortable to sleep, or you can sleep above the cab. As far as your bed goes, it's all powered, nothing is manual. Your switch is right here by the shower. So you just pull it down and it folds that back of your sofa, and then here you go. Gel covered mattress. They do have the Euro type of system for suspension to help cushion your bed. The one nice thing that I do like about this design is basically this whole little cushion here will give you enough space for pillows or any kind of bedding or anything, because when this is closed, you basically have that much area for any kind of storage. You do have reading lights up above. You do have some storage. No, that one's locked. You do have some storage up above the bed. You do have some outlets on the sides for plugging in your phone or possibly a CPAP machine or anything like that. The side window to give you a little bit of ventilation as you're laying down. When the slide is open, it gives you that ability to get some fresh air into your coach. And then to put the bed up, you just push the button. And it goes up all by power. Look on the floor, there's two separate areas for tables. There's one here in front of the sofa, one in between the driver and passenger. There's a table that I'll show you in the bathroom, so you can put the table anywhere in either's position. Another thing that a lot of folks like is you put the table here. You have some additional counter space to do more prepping and everything for your food, so on and so forth. So this model is by far the most popular out of all the models. As we mentioned outside, this is a 30 amp coach, so you do have one air conditioner. The air conditioner here, if these vents are open, the air blows straight down into the living area. If you close these flaps here, then it forces air through all of the vents here to spread out the air conditioning throughout the coach. So that makes it nice, quick cool, open throughout the whole coach. You close them. As we go to the bathroom, I don't know, the easiest way to get you to go in there. So the shower is really big for this size of a coach. Basically the whole back of the coach is a bathroom. The sliding door in the shower is antimicrobial, to where it squeegees itself when you open and close it. As I mentioned, this is your control for your bed. A lot of folks do this one. This is your light switch. So everything, as you see, this is a dual switch, so you could do low or high. The shower does have a removable shower head, so for some of you taller folks or anything, you can pick that up and move it around. The luggage hanger or the clothes hanger up there does come out. The skylight does provide some additional headroom to some of the taller folks. You do have your back window. Your back window does have some mini blinds on it to provide some privacy. You have a composite toilet, so this isn't porcelain or anything. Let me squeeze by in. We'll get the... As you look inside of there, you have quite a bit of storage underneath the bathroom sink. You have a nice sized medicine cabinet. You do have your exhaust fan up above on the ceiling there to keep moisture down when you're in the shower, or if you're doing other things, to let some other things escape as well. We're inside of here. You do have your GFI outlet there for 110, your water pump control, your hot water heater control, and then this right here is your additional storage. You do have a clothes hanging rod up there. There's that additional table that we were talking about that you can put two places inside of the coach to provide some additional table space. The pole for the table should be just around the corner in there. And then Winnebago does provide some additional items when you get the coach, basically like a little starter kit. And here in Fountain, we do provide folks with the starter kit too, to where you'll get some items to start your camping experience, so you don't have to buy things right away. As we go up to the front here, first thing you'll notice is your overhead sleeping area. This is almost a queen size sleeping area. You do have a reading light. You do have some windows up here. You can vent the smaller windows there to provide some cross ventilation. Towards the front of it, you do have some outlets and some USB ports. So if the kids want to charge their cell phones or their tablets or plug in a portable TV or anything like that, they can. You do have a ladder here, so you don't have to crawl up in there. Your ladder just stows here. You do have curtains up above, so that does provide some privacy. Your fantastic fan up above will provide some more air movement here. As of 2020, this is the new chassis. So I'll sit here. The new chassis is push button start. So everything, as far as your engine, there's no more key or anything. It's all just push button. As a safety feature, as you can see, we started the motor and the awning's coming in. So as we go here, this is the top of the line screen. They do have a screen that's probably half this size. So as you're looking at the build sheets on any of these things, if you see a chassis deviation and there's a credit for that, there's something missing. Your dealer should know what is missing. Some of the Navions came with the smaller screen and it'd say chassis deviation and then it'd give you a credit for it. So if you don't know what that deviation is and you get the build sheet, ask your dealer, because there is always something missing. All of this is touch screen. This does have the Hey Mercedes. So if you were somewhere and just say, hey Mercedes, find me the nearest gas station, it will do all of that stuff for you. Volume controls. This is your back camera again. Once again, this camera will only show when you're going below about 10 miles an hour. After that, it shuts off because that's a Winnebago safety feature. You do have 3 different views as far as that back camera goes. All of this here is all for your telephone, your navigation if you want to just go quick without going through all the different menus. Once again, this is touch screen, so you can do it either with your finger or you can do it on the wheel now. So everything on the wheel has its own controls. This is another 2020 thing to where you can just go home and it starts it all over, and then the little square pad here, you just swipe it to go wherever you want. And then once you get to the function that you want, you just push the button. To go back, you just hit back. So the easiest way to remember is on the right hand side. This controls everything with the stereo. This side over here controls everything up in your dash. So you can go up or down on this one, set your cruise control. You go home, you see all the different features there: navigation, radio, trip, driver's assist, service, so on and so forth. So the left-hand side controls everything on the dashboard. This side, everything on the radio. Here you have your cruise control settings, telephone. You have all your auto headlights and everything. I don't know if you can see that or not. And while I have the door open, I'll just step out so Jody can see. So the Navion has memory seats. You can program up to 3 drivers. So if mom is number 1, you just hit number 1 and it's going to move the seat and the mirrors to where she wants. Dad, junior, whatever, it can control. So you don't have to manually move everything back and forth. You can just program whatever driver you are. You do have power seats. This controls the back, this controls the seat. They are heated. You do have your power locks. and your power windows and your power mirror controls. So that's something that a lot of folks like too, just the convenience. And that's the other thing when I was talking about some of the other manufacturers. Yeah, you're gonna find something on the Sprinter chassis that may be cheaper, but this means something. This is something that will make your traveling experience so much more enjoyable. And it's stuff that once you know that another company has it, you're gonna want it. Trust me, because I have a lot of folks that other manufacturers come in as, oh, mine doesn't have this, mine doesn't have this and this. So the Winnebago, top of the line, king of the hill, it has everything that you'd want to make your traveling experience completely enjoyable. The driver and passenger seat do turn all the way around. We still have the safety. They do turn around. We have to take the zip ties off because they're in travel mode. As you can see, I'll just show you. When they come in from the factory, they do have the zip ties so it won't go all the way, turn all the way around. I should have clipped those off before we did the video. You do have cup holders everywhere. You have 4 here. You have some cup holders up here. You do have a charging station up here with USB cords, so on and so forth. You do have some additional storage there, as well as on the other side. So for the size of coach that it is, it's only 25 feet 5 inches, but when you're in it, you'll think that this coach is way bigger than it actually is. So stop by in Fountain and take a look at what we have. We have all 3 models, the 24D, the 24J, and the 24V. All a little bit different, all have some of their own unique features and everything. So ask for Tony Martinez, and I'd be more than happy to show you the different features, the different options, so on and so forth. So if you need to give me a call, my number is 719-423-9813, or you can email me at Tony, Tony, .Martinez, MARTINEZ, at transwest.com. And I'd be more than happy to go over everything with you, share my experiences with you, as far as what to look for, what not to look for, and everything. So I hope you enjoyed your tour, and I will talk to you soon. You guys have a great day. Bye-bye.